If your email list isn't driving at least 20 to 30% of your revenue, you are leaving money on the table. And it usually starts with a broken welcome flow. Today, I'm gonna show you why retention is the real unlock and how to build the most important automation in your entire business. What's up, guys? Welcome back. I'm Vishal. If you are new here, I help DTC brands scale through emails and SMS retention system. And today we are diving into the single most important flow in your entire account, the welcome flow. This is the flow that decides whether a new subscriber become a customer in the next 7 days or become a dead email in your list forever, costing you money forever. So here is what most people don't understand what the welcome flow is all about. It's not a basic thank you email or a 10% off. It is the first psychological filter that determines whether someone trusts your brand, understand your story and feel safe buying from you. There are three invisible psychological processes happening the moment someone joins your list. First, it's just to make them feel if it's the right decision signing up. Confirmation psychology. If your first email is weak, generic, or just pushing discount, you break that confirmation loop. The second, trust building. If your welcome flow sets the tone for your brand, people ask themselves, do I like this brand? Do I understand what makes them different? Do I trust them? Do I emotionally resonate with their mission? If your welcome flow just feels cold, cooperated, or rushed, you have already lost, to be honest. And the third and most important thing that most brands miss is the choice reduction. A new subscribers need a clear, frictionless next step. Not 20 options, not 20 products showing and pretty much throwing them in their face. Just a simple path. Here is the product most people start with. Something like that works the best. When brands skip this step, subscribers get overwhelmed and do nothing and just leave. When I talk about deep psychological sequence behind the flow, this is what I'm talking about. This is why most of your welcome flows doesn't convert. It's not about discounts, it's not about designs, it's the sequence, timing and the emotional architecture. Now let me show you how we actually architect this for our 6 to 7 8 figure brands, and we will show you the exact structure. Let's go. So diving straight to the structure of welcome flows. The first email. I believe most of the people try to overcomplicate the first email. The first email should make people feel welcome. Confirm that they are in the right space. Right. Where this helps is pretty much the confirmation bias that we talked about right before. The third thing is the incentive. Deliver the incentive properly. Set expectation, what they could expect from the upcoming emails or the brand. And you can also anchor your brand story, what your brand is all about in one clear sentence. And this is where most brands fail. They go straight to selling, just buy on the very first email. Don't do that. The job of first email is to build basically emotional resonance with the customer, and this should be sent immediately after someone signs in your welcome flow. The second email, we typically try to send it one day after, which is basically about trust plus story. When I say trust as well as story, what it basically means is it would answer questions like, why does your brand exist? Why does your brand really exist, right? What does it solve? Why should they care? Why should they care basically about your brand? The email should also include like founder stories, a quick transformation narrative, social proof of credibility, bestseller. We can introduce that too. The goal is basically build a safety, and sales basically happens when people are safe. It doesn't happen when they're afraid. The whole cycle of sales happen when someone goes from a emotion in which they are uncertain to an emotion of safety or happiness. The third email that we send is basically a conversion push that is sent on day 2 or day 3. That emails include when includes basically something that would push towards making a decision, since we have already developed a trust, established a trust with that list or with that certain subscriber in our list. What this email includes is basically best sellers that we have, clear CTA, incentive, UGC or any testimonials, risk reversal. So when I'm saying about risk reversal, what I mean is guarantees. If you have any good return policies, satisfaction messages, this is where the conversion basically spike. The the fourth and fifth email that we pretty much send, and it's optional for you guys if you are just starting out, is, and if your AOB is way higher compared to, let's say, basic uh, lower AOB products, the fourth and fifth email could be educational email where you pretty much make sure you educate the customer about your product, how it works, and all a lot of things. Where and the other is comparison chat, objection crushing, FAQs, frequently asked question about your product, and basic community building, right? So this is pretty much it. This is one of the most converting welcome flow that you could see. Obviously, there are a lot of structure where you could try. Let's say, first time purchaser, it has a different funnel. Repeated purchaser has different funnels. There are a lot of way that this could be done. But in a simple terms, if you are just starting at and need what emails should be in the welcome flow, this should work for now. You don't need some fancy email, go and pay thousands of dollars to have that fancy funnel. The only thing that you need if you're just starting out are these things. So just to quickly summarize what I said, and what basically happens is you make a flow named welcome flow. What that does is when someone is subscribed to your list, they will receive a email on that very instant that would provide some story, incentive, set expectation, and a lot of those things. On delay one, which is basically on one day, after one day, we'll send uh, email two, right? Which is basically founder stories, answer a question like why does this brand exist, what problem does it solve, why should I care, kind of question. Delay two, right? Which means basically after second day, it includes sections such as bestsellers, clear CTAs, incentive, UGC, risk reversal, guarantees, returns, policies, satisfaction message, and a lot of other things. There are other things too. Let's say how to set subject lines. So what should be the subject line, right? Don't do something generic where welcome 10% off, because Google pretty much flagged that as a promotion and it won't land on your inbox. So just go with simple welcome to the family, or welcome to this, the brand name and stuff. Some common mistakes that people usually do in welcome flow is they only send one email, just one welcome email, and that's pretty much done. Leading with discounts, no brand story, cluttered designs. Most people that are in this space thinks that design converts better, but as you go and learn more about this stuff, you know a text based converts way more than design in most average cases. uh, Probably too many CTAs, no SMS support, weak subject line as I just mentioned, no segmentation logic, and pretty much it, right? So if you want a welcome flow framework that has been already done and it pretty much contains all of this information as well as design templates of what this looks like, then please comment down below welcome and I'll send it to you. Make sure you subscribe. Next week we are breaking down, I know, one of everyone's favorite flows, abandoned cart system that recovers at least 5 to 20% of revenue on autopilot.